Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Massachusetts Latino News Opinion Plus, our monthly series with space for our opinions where we talk about current events and questions the Latino community is curious about. Today, we are joined by Vanessa Calderón-Rosado, CEO of Inquilinos Boricuas En Acción, a nonprofit organization working to address the displacement of low-income families in Boston with goals to provide a safe and sustainable affordable housing. IBA is also the host of the annual Festival Betances, a staple event for Boston's Latino community, returning this July, which we'll hear more about today. Welcome, Vanessa. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, Diego. It's great to see you and to be here.
Of course, thank you. So starting out, would you mind giving our audience a little introduction to IBA and how it was created and the work you do in Boston?
Absolutely. IBA, or Inquilinos Boricuas En Acción, was founded in 1968 by a group of Puerto Rican activists that fought their rights to stay in the neighborhood of the South End in Boston. And they basically stopped the bulldozers, the city bulldozers, and the displacement threats that they faced when the city was planning to do a whole process of urban renewal in that neighborhood in the South End, in that part of the South End. So this group of Puerto Rican activists created Inquilinos Boricuas En Acción to become the organization, the community development corporation that would redevelop the neighborhood, that would revitalize the neighborhood, that would create affordable housing and programs. So almost 55 years later, if we fast forward, we continue the legacy of those of our founders by creating, developing, and preserving affordable housing. IBA owns currently a portfolio of 667 units of affordable housing, mostly all of them in the South End, others sprinkled throughout the city of Boston. In addition to the housing, which is the core of the work that we do as a nonprofit, we have the unique experience of providing, additionally to the housing, a bilingual preschool program, youth development programs for young people during the school year and in the summer, financial empowerment programs, resident services, and arts programming. So this model of combining housing with all these community programs and services has made IBA a national model for community development.
It's so inspiring to see how the work you guys have been doing has been going on for so long and started with people taking action so long ago. I know you guys have a lot of programs supporting Latino arts and culture here in the city of Boston. Why do you feel it's so important to support Latin American culture in this way and make it known?
From the very beginning, our founders, that group of Puerto Rican activists, felt that the arts were critical, not only to celebrate our heritage, our culture, our history, and our roots, but also to use the arts as a mechanism, as a tool for community building. And we have continued that tradition today, and we celebrate through the Latino and Latinx arts, not just Puerto Rican arts and culture, but Latinx arts. We bring people together to build community, but also to celebrate and to our identity and our heritage, and through that also bring others along and create cross-cultural collaborations and meeting spaces to create spaces that are safe, that are vibrant, and that we can share our culture with others as well. So for us at IBA, the arts are critical for as a community development tool, but also as a way to promote our history, our culture, and to promote Latino and Latina artists.
You know, I love that. I think it's so important to invite everyone to celebrate those parts of our culture and share them with each other. It really creates this level of understanding between groups. That's really cool. So this month on July 16th, you guys are hosting your annual Festival Betances. Can you tell us what you guys have in store for this year?
Absolutely, Diego. We are so excited to have our festival this year after 2 years of a break because of the pandemic and having just virtual concerts, we are excited to bring Festival Betances back in persona at Plaza Betances in Villa Victoria in the South End. So we have planned a great day of activities, events, performances for the whole family and for people of all ages. So we are very excited to do that. The festival will be on Saturday, July 16th at Plaza Betances on West Dead Street in Boston in the South End. And it will start at 12 o'clock with a parade that marches across the neighborhood with a great display of arts, culture, music, community groups, neighborhood groups. And we have already over 300 groups and people 300 people from different groups participating in the parade. Once the parade is completed, we are going to continue with the very exciting and traditional Grease Bowl competition, which is a competition that every year people are looking forward to, in which teams compete to climb a grease pole and grab a flag on top, a Puerto Rican flag on top of the pole, and the winning team gets a cash prize. And then after that happens, we're gonna kick off at 2 o'clock all the way through 8:30 in the evening music. But in the meantime, we have a whole kids zone with activities for kids, with educational activities for kids, movement, popcorn, cotton candy machines, inflatables, art making, face painting. So a lot of activities for the kids. And of course, what would be a Latinx festival without great food and arts and crafts and artisans? So we would have tables of vendors and artisans, as well as food kiosks with a lot of very traditional Latino food. So it's going to be a very exciting day. And the theme this year for our festival is from bomba to reggaeton. So we're going to have genre of music that goes from very traditional Afro-Caribbean and Afro-Puerto Rican music like bomba to all the way to urban rhythms and the very popular reggaeton that we all listen today. So we're going to go through that evolution of music from traditional to contemporary and urban music. Very exciting. Looking forward to it.
That sounds amazing. You're making me so excited to attend it myself.
I hope you will. And I hope everyone who's
do.
listening and watching will join us on July 16th in Plaza Betances.
That would be amazing. Now, have you attended the festival much before in your past? Are there any experiences there that you would like to share with the audience that really made an impact on you?
Absolutely. So I have been at IBA now for 19 years working at IBA. But even before I started working at IBA, I would go to the festival because it's just a great way of, get to see your friends, go together with your friends, meet new people, and also enjoy, wonderful, beautiful community and the culture, right? And the food and the spirit of fun and diversity. So I have been doing that now for over 20 years, attending the festival. But there's so many memories over the years that I don't know if I could pick one. But I can tell you that one thing that is really exciting about the festival is that Grease Bowl competition. People, gather around that Grease Bowl, and it's so exciting to see the power and the grit and the determination of these teams to really keep climbing that pole until someone grabs that flag on top of it. So it's really very exciting to see. And another piece that I think is probably one of my favorite parts of the festival is the procession, the parade, the opening parade. It's so wonderful to walk throughout the community of Villa Victoria and the South End. Over 300 people this year walking through the neighborhood, seeing people lining up on the streets, on the sidewalks to greet each other, to enjoy the music, to see the colorful, vibrant groups marching through the neighborhood. And it's really a lot of fun. So I think those two are some of my favorites, but there's so many memories, including very high caliber artists that we have brought over the years to present at our stage. So it's really truly an exciting community based, family friendly, and kid friendly event.
It sounds like you guys have a spectacular series of events in store. It's going to be very fun. So since COVID-19 and in-person events are a little strange that we're all coming back to them now, I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, would you mind telling us a little what Eva has prepared just to make sure everybody stays safe, and what you guys have done to prepare for the festival this year?
Sure. So we obviously, for the past 2 years, we didn't have an in-person festival. We did have some virtual events. This year, we are making sure that all the open spaces in the community, open air, open spaces, we have condensed the festival to one day and spread out the activities. So started a little bit earlier and finishing a little bit later, so we have a good spread of activities so people can be in different parts in different times or at the same time, so not everyone necessarily will be congregating. We will have masks available if people, and hand sanitizer available throughout the festival, the community, for people if they don't feel safe or they want additional extra or lose their mask, that we have that available for them. And as we do every year, even before the pandemic, we partner with the City of Boston and the EMS, the Emergency Medical Service, to always have medical staff on site to make sure that anything that could happen, from heat exhaustion, someone, whatever that might be, that we have the resources. We haven't, knock on wood, needed them, but it's important for us to have it, and this year won't be any different.
I'm glad that it's important to you guys. It's really nice to see all the thought that you guys have put into making this event happen. Now, since we're coming up on our time for today here, is there anything else that you'd like to mention to our viewers and let them know about? Anything you might be working on?
Yes, absolutely. We're very excited about the festival again. I hope you all will join us and also connect with us through our social media and our website to learn more about our programs, because we have a wonderful preschool program for families out there who might be interested in enrolling their kids in a very high quality bilingual early childhood education. We have that, and we have so many other programs that I hope people will check us out and reach out to us for our programs and services, and come to the community and enjoy the festival with us.
Perfect. And we'll be able to include all of the relevant links and the information in our web document too as well. I just want to thank you so much again for joining us today, Vanessa, and being our guest on Massachusetts Latino News Opinion Plus.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Diego. It's been a pleasure.
Of course, I hope to have you back sometime. And you can join us next time for another episode. And for more information about our discussion today, you can check out our web story at malatinonews.com. You can follow us on Twitter at malatinonews and Instagram at ma_Latino News. I'm Diego Viruel with Massachusetts Latino News Opinion Plus. See you next time.